Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Tailor Tales. So I tried to keep on playing all the designs and stuff, so I just saved, I went on freestyle and saved this little dress outfit here, got me some new hair, but I tried to make more designs, but I don't know if I hit the max of the design because I had to buy a certain color as well for this outfit here. And I hit the sleeves, and when I okay, that's weird. Alright, weird. Some of the items I actually had the colors for, but it kept saying something was wrong. But now it's yeah. Okay, let's do this outfit. Because I did this exact outfit, right? And it was saying something wasn't complete. Why is it working now? It works when I start recording. It works when I start recording. Isn't that great? I kind of stretch the screen a bit. Hold on. Hold on. Let me fix it back up. Oh. Okay, it's working now. I guess it decided we're like, oh no, she's recording now. Let's start to work for her all of a sudden. Because every time I kept doing this, it wouldn't work. It kept telling me that something wasn't complete. The customer outfit wasn't done. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep on playing. Hold on, watch it not work once I try to hit record again. Alright guys, I am back. I've actually, this is actually a whole different day, but you can't tell the difference until I kind of told you. But anyway, so I already recorded chapter 4, 5, and 6, but my recording system decided to not keep any of the stuff I recorded, and I was kind of upset about that, and I had a long day. So it's been a couple of days since I started up this game. As you can see, my character is very adorable. I just love it so much. I just love it so much. It's so freaking cute. So I decided to design her outfit. I bought a design template, the ribbon, obviously, the hair, the shoes, the dress is actually a dress, and the ribbon. I would totally wear this outfit every single day if I could, but you know I can't because I'm always at work, so I'm always wearing an ugly uniform. But anyway, let's continue on to chapter 4. So I've already kind of read this before in my head, so I kind of know what's going on, but you guys don't, obviously. For some reason, I offered Dimitri a place to stay, my spare bedroom. Why I offered in the first place, I have no clue. But the more I discussed details over text with Dimitri, the less I started second guessing myself. So my words might be slurred and such stuff, cause I went to my braces consultation, well, braces appointment last week or so, and I am now having rubber bands in my mouth, so it's very difficult for me to like open my mouth wide. So it's hard about that. Yeah, that life, the braces life. Sarah already knows, and she's here to walk things through with me. I have no idea what wire is loose in your head, but take it from me, Michiko, this is still a bad idea, Sarah says with a serious expression. There are a bunch of papers lying on the counter. Sarah has been helping me out with legal stuff. Having a tenant and subletting your place sure has a lot of legal rules I need to abide to. Dimitri would need to sign a contract with me. I don't know, what's the harm? I've been thinking it over, and the more I realize it's not that bad. It's not like he'll stay here forever, and I get an extra amount of income every month. The steady amount of money each month sounds nice when I still don't know how much my boutique will bring in. I still haven't officially opened yet. I don't know, Michiko, you're inviting your ex's little brother to come live with you. I'm worried. I know the situation is definitely unique in a sense, and I do have some baggage, but Dimitri hasn't done anything yet. I can't blame him for something Alex did, for example. Have you guys seen that late night show, Baggage? I don't know if that's the total entire name, but when I moved to this state, I think like 3 to 4 years ago or so, I couldn't sleep because you know, it's a new place. I have a hard time sleeping in this new entirely new state, and I was basically leaving my brother and my dad behind, and of course They had to adjust me not being there as well, and all I could do is watch TV at night. So if you guys know that show Baggage, I forgot who the host is, but he's very famous. I think I'll be fine as long as he doesn't invite over my ex. Then I think we would get along just fine. Besides, he'd be mostly at college anyway. It's not like we'd be together 24/7. You didn't even ask me if I wanted to live here, Sarah says, giving me a pout. Don't you have your own studio apartment in the city anyway? I point out. Yes, but think of how much fun we'd have together being roomies again. I don't know why I was starting to stutter that part. No, thanks. College was enough for me. I'm tired of posing for your pictures. Sarah and I were roommates in college. She majored photography. While it was loads of fun that turned us into best friends, it was also tiring whenever she asked me to be to model for her pictures. Standing underneath the blazing hot strobe light to pose for 3 hours straight while Sarah got the lighting just right was excruciating. Sarah rolls her eyes at me. Touché. The bell chimes and we both look up. Dimitri squeezes himself through the doorway, looking around the place with curious eyes. When he spots us, he raises his hand halfway and gives me an awkward smile. He takes a few long strides to catch up to us at the counter, pushing his hands into the pockets of his pants, and unable to keep his eyes from inspecting everything around him. Hello, he says politely. Dimitri, welcome, I greet him. This is my friend Sarah. She was with me when we ran into each other before. Sarah, this is Dimitri. Catboy, says Sarah dully. Dimitri raises his eyebrow at her. I elbow Sarah on her side. I think I spelled Dimitri wrong on one of my titles. I need to go check on that. Let me write his name. Okay, I wrote his name. So, welcome to my boutique. This is the front of my store. You can get to the staircase leading to my apartment through the back here, or through the back door. I usually go through the front since it's easier. I point Dimitri towards the back, where my workroom is located, and also the door leading to the staircase. Now, scarecase. Your store looks really nice, he says with a smile. You two did this all by yourselves? Through blood, sweat, and tears. That reminds me of BTS. Okay. So Sarah with a deadpan look in her eyes, mostly blood. Sarah! I hiss at her. She's not going to make it easy for Dimitri, is she? I give Dimitri an apologetic look. No, not exactly. I still hired some contractors to do some of the heavy labor around here. But Sarah helped me a lot, though. Sarah snorts loudly and gives Dimitri a judging look with her eyes. More than you could I quickly place my hand in front of Sarah's mouth to cut her off. I glare at her. I'm getting fed up with her attitude. How about I show you the room? I ask Dimitri. Dimitri simply gives me a lopsided smile and nods his head. Sarah, you stay put, I warn her. She rolls her eyes at me, then crosses her arms and leans against the counter. Have fun with Catboy. I start pushing my hands against Dimitri's large back to guide him towards the workroom, and I need a cough. Alright, after all that coughing craziness, I'm okay now. Anyway, I start pushing my hands against Dimitri's large back to guide him towards the workroom. When I close the door behind us, Dimitri faces me with a pained look on his face. Did I say something rude to offend your friend? Oh, no, you haven't done anything wrong. Sarah's just a bit jealous that I didn't offer her to stay at my place, but I did offer it to you. I won't mention that she's also worried about me due to the fact that he's Alex's younger brother. Ah, he exclaims, a smile appearing on his lips again. So that's it. I was really worried I did something to anger her. I return and smile. I guess Dimitri is really sensitive to how people perceive him. He's not a bad guy after all. Or at all. Sarah has got nothing to worry about. I push open the door leading to my staircase and we both enter the hallway. I point towards the back door. You can also enter from there, but you're welcome to enter through the store if it's open. I don't want to disturb you or your customers, he says shyly. It's okay. You won't frighten my customers away. I pause. Unless you come home wearing that cat costume again. That might freak them out. A blush spreads across, oh, he's so cute, spreads across Dimitri's face and he averts his eyes away from me. Please forget I ever wore a cat costume. I promise it won't, I promise I won't step foot inside your store, or anywhere near it, ever. I grin at him, then start walking up the stairs. It's so pretty here. We reach my living room. It's still sparse or sparse. Sparse? 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 I don't know. With a few pieces of furniture here and there, but at least I've got a couch to sit on. This is my living room. I cannot speak today. Feel free to lounge around in here if you'd like. I'm usually working anyway, so you may not see me around much. You sound like a busy career woman, Dimitri remarks. You said I wasn't, I joke. Dimitri chuckles softly. I'm going to have to work pretty hard since I'm opening up Beautiful in a few days. Oh, I get to be there for the opening? Front row seats. You get to be here for all the exciting milestones, I say with a giggle. I hope everything goes well then. The store certainly looks really nice, Dimitri compliments me. We both move on to the kitchen next. I don't know why I paused there, that was kind of weird. This is the kitchen, a little bare at the moment since I've only been living here for a couple of months now, but it's got most of the stuff you need to cook with. Dimitri starts opening up cabinets and familiarizing himself with my layout. So, how good of a cook have you become? I decide to ask, a bit curious. I know Dimitri was into baking cakes, but I'm not sure how it panned out a couple of years later. It was one of the initial agreements, his cook and clean around the house, in return for a much lower rent. I've become pretty decent at it, but I'm better at making desserts. I like to try out new recipes in my free time, he explains with a serious look on his face. What about you? Oh, I guess I'm alright. Dimitri chuckles. What's with the question mark at the end? Are you not confident in your own skills? I usually don't really have much time to cook, so I end up ordering takeout instead, I admit. Well, I guess that will have to change. From now on, you'll be eating home-cooked meals. Dimitri leans against the cabinet door, a dimple appearing near his mouth again as he smiles. It's still a little weird to see him all grown up like this. I know he's barely started college, but he looks and acts like an adult. He's always more mature than his age. I start to wonder how eating home-cooked meals with Dimitri will be like. I show Dimitri the other parts of my home, including the bathroom, and we finally reached a spare bedroom. The guest bedroom is adjacent to my bedroom and a little smaller, but still spacious. Right now it's completely empty, save for a few boxes I placed in there for storage. So this will be your room. You'll have to purchase a bed yourself though in the meantime. I do have a blow-up mattress you can use. Dimitri walks around the small room and looks out the window overseeing the shopping street. The sunlight hits his face and he shields his blue eyes from the bright rays. He takes a few more looks here and there and then turns to face me. This is perfect, he says with a grin. And no worries about the mattress. I'll just take my bed that's over at my parents'. I'm not going to be living there anymore after all. Right, what do they think about this? I ask in a more serious tone. Does Alex know about it? That's what I'm most curious and worried about. Dimitri looks toward the ground. Towards. They know I found a place in the city, but they don't know it's you. He shyly scratches his cheeks. I hope that's okay with you. I don't want to start any drama or anything. I breathe out a sigh of relief. No, that's okay. I prefer it that way. So, any questions? I ask, changing the subject. Yes, does anyone else live here? Like another roommate? A boyfriend? He trails off as he shuffles his feet. I shake my head. Nothing of the sort, just you and me. I don't really want to tell Dimitri that I've been single ever since I broke it off with Alex, especially hearing that Alex already found someone else, but I didn't. It makes me seem kind of pathetic. No, you do you, boo-boo. Like, be independent. Until now. Now you're not going to be independent because Dimitri is here. Dimitri breaks out into a smile. So you'll be taking care of me. That's another way to phrase it. I'll be taking Dimitri under my wings. Yes, but you'll be the one cooking dinner, so you're kind of taking care of me as well. I'll give you a monthly allowance to do the grocery shopping. I hope it won't interfere with your college too much. It should be alright. I'm a fast learner, so I don't study that much. I should have some spare time to kill. Dimitri's blue eyes suddenly look into my own. His gaze is intense, but also warm. Pfft. No, warm. I smile in return, knowing Dimitri is at least nothing like his older brother. Especially now that Dimitri grew up so tall. Alex was on the shorter side. By the way, when did you grow so tall? I voice my thoughts. His shoulders shrink into his body, and he gives me an awkward smile. Oh god. I just now remember what's going to be happening. I had a growth spurt 2 years ago. Oh god. I freaked out so much when I first saw this. I was like, whoa, why is he showing me that? We've just met each other again, and you're already showing me so much skin. For some reason, Dimitri starts rolling up his sweater to expose his stomach, throwing me for a loop. Is he going to strip? See? Stretch marks, he says and points a finger at his side. There are several thin pinkish lines on the side of his waist. Oh, you're right. Right there. Can you guys see it? I didn't notice at first. He is stinking cute. I love the change of music too. It's really cute. I was trying to let the music play, but it's not going. I hunch over, lowering my head to get a better look at the stretch marks. They are still pink, so they're not that old. I guess even guys can get stretch marks for growing too fast. I never really thought about it. Now that I'm this close to his skin, I can tell his stomach is nicely toned, so much that I can see his defined abs. I didn't expect that. Does he work out? I used to think Dimitri was just someone who liked to stay indoors and hated physical activity. I'm gonna continue to choose the option I did, but you know, the recording got erased. I want to compliment his abs because I don't want to touch it. Because if it was in real life, I don't think I would be brave enough to touch a guy's like body within what, day 3 of us meeting or day 2 reunited. I don't know. You've got really nice abs. Oh, he's so cute. Dimitri's hold on his sweater loosens and the fabric falls, covering his stomach. He looks at me in shock, as if he wasn't expecting that kind of compliment. His overdramatic reaction makes me feel embarrassed for saying it as well. I didn't mean anything weird by it. I was just a little surprised to see a toned stomach on Dimitri. Dimitri scratches his cheek, something he does when he's feeling awkward, I suppose. I got really into tennis a few years ago. I didn't realize playing tennis would make you look like... I pointed at his stomach. That. He gives a small shake of his head. It doesn't particularly, but tennis is a good workout, so it lowered my body fat enough, and combined with my growth spurt, here I am. Yes, there he is, a whole new Dimitri. I feel like we changed so much, and I haven't at all since the last time we saw each other. I openly muse. Last time I saw Dimitri, he was a little taller than me, and still a bit boyish in his face. Compared to me 3 years ago, I'm still pretty much the same. I don't feel any different either. Girl, the last time he saw you, you're like level 1 noob design. Now you're like pro master design, okay? Level cap. That's not true, he suddenly exclaims. I raise my eyebrows at his sudden protest. You went after your dream? Things are definitely not the same as they were back then. Dimitri gives me a reassuring smile, and I feel myself grow at ease at the sight of it. He's cute, the way he wants to cheer me up. Does it mean he's cute always? He leans against the window frame, looking outside with his azure blue eyes. I mean, look at this place. It's yours. That's fantastic. I feel myself grow a little bashful with his compliments like this, as if I'm some kind of Wonder Woman who accomplished the most extraordinary task. Well, I've got to thank my late grandmother for this, I explain. She's the one that left behind an inheritance large enough for me to purchase this boutique. Still, you made it happen. Don't sell yourself short. Thanks, I guess. We stare at each other with smiles on our faces for a little while. Anyways, that's the tour of the house. The contract is downstairs. Are you sure you want to live here? Dimitri nods with a determined look on his face. Definitely. Alright, let's go sign the contract then. Alright, now to continue on, because we already like purchased all these chapters. And I freaked out because I saw his poster. Gamer at heart. Within a couple of days, Dimitri has shipped all of his belongings from his parents' house to mine. The once empty spare bedroom now looks like a boy's bedroom. I helped with although Dimitri kept taking boxes off my hands and carrying it himself, saying that I don't need to trouble myself. Dimitri's first night was mostly spent on unpacking his things and then collapsing from exhaustion. The next day he went to his college, and it wasn't as weird as I thought it would be. But with everything going on, Dimitri hasn't had the time yet to show off his cooking skills. I'll admit, I'm really looking forward to some cooked meals from Dimitri. I remember that the last time I saw him, we were baking a cake together, and he was so precise about everything. It was kind of amazing. I'm sure that even when it's not a cake, whatever Dimitri will make will be gold. Tomorrow will be the official opening of my store, so I want to celebrate it with Sarah and Dimitri tonight. I asked Dimitri if he could cook for me, and he said he'd gladly do so. Jeez, what was that? Later that evening, Sarah finally drops by. Hi! She greets me at the front entrance. Hey Sarah, come on in. Sarah sniffs the air and she makes... No. My Siri went off, okay. And she makes a delightful noise. What is that smell? It smells delicious. I grin at her and nod my head in agreement. I know, it's Dimitri's cooking. Catboy? She asked. He can cook? Most definitely he can. He cleans too. Michiko, did you hire yourself a live-in maid? I blink at Sarah as she doesn't make a good point there. In exchange for getting to live here cheaply, Dimitri is supposed to help with household chores, such as cleaning and cooking. When I put it in those terms, I guess it does sound like a live-in maid. I shake my head. No, don't be silly. I get money from him, not the other way around. That only makes it sound like you're exploiting him instead. Shut up and come inside. Be nice to Dimitri. She's right in a way. I never thought of it like that until Sarah said it, and I was like, oh, okay. This all makes sense now. Sarah and I make our way inside and enter the living room. Dimitri greets us holding a wooden spoon in one hand, still in the middle of cooking. Good evening, Sarah. He greets her politely. Catboy, she replies as usual. Dimitri gives her a wry smile, and he looks over at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, as if he's asking me if Sarah really does hate him. I sigh loudly. Tell Sarah to quit it with nicknames, cause that's what I chose before. Sarah, if you want to eat Dimitri's food, you're going to have to treat him like a human being, not a cat. Now quit it. Dimitri simply smiles coyly at that. Fine, she scoffs. But we'll see if you're a better roommate for her than I am, Sarah mumbles menacingly. I roll my eyes. That's really the only thing she cares about, isn't it? She's jealous Dimitri is my roommate. I simply wanted the both of them to get along. Anyways, dinner will be served shortly. Please have a seat, Dimitri announces. Well, you don't have to tell me twice. Me and Sarah sit at the dining table and await our dinner. It really does smell nice in my house right now. All I did was ask Dimitri to cook a nice dinner for us to celebrate the opening day tomorrow. I gave him some money. He did everything all by himself. It's only his second day here as well, and yet he's familiarized himself pretty well. It's a little impressive the way he's so put together and takes charge. I had to say, I would have never expected this from Dimitri, who always seemed so meek and reserved back when he was younger. I guess he became a little more reliable now that he's older. Finally, Dimitri comes walking into the dining room with 2 plates in his hands. For you, my lady, says Dimitri, as he places the plate in front of me. I laugh at him. You're going to address me as a lady now? Dimitri looks a little bit sheepish. Well, you're the lady of the house. You get first dibs. Yeah, well, I want next dibs. Give me. I'm starving, Sarah interjects. As Dimitri serves Sarah and himself, I finally he looks so angry, get to look at the amazing dish in front of me. It looks like it's been made by an expert. It's all fancy looking. There's a large chunk of steak covered in a red sauce, some green asparagus and roasted potatoes. He even splattered some of the sauce around the plate to create the image of a bow. It smells as delicious as it looks. But most importantly, what do they teach him in baking class? Isn't he supposed to learn how to bake pastries? This is like getting dinner at a 5-star restaurant. Dimitri, this is amazing, I say in wonder. Dimitri finally sits down as well. Well, you did say you wanted to celebrate something, Dimitri says with a small chuckle. I thought you were majoring in baking, I ask him. Oh, I am. Please don't think I'm some professional sous chef or anything like that. I followed a strict recipe to get this result. He closes his eyes and mumbles. I was trying to impress you, maybe. Oh, you're so cute, Dimitri. Aw, thanks for going all out then. But the important question is, does it taste good? Sarah points out. She really wants to rain on his parade, doesn't she? I take my knife and slowly cut the first piece off my steak and bring the slightly rare flesh towards my mouth. This is good. Seeing my delighted face, Dimitri lets out a relieved sounding sigh. He's like he's been on guard all this time. Maybe he's been really anxious about getting this move perfect. Dimitri, please don't tell me you're going to cook like this every single time? I ask, sounding perhaps a tad bit too hopeful. Dimitri nervously shakes his head. I don't think I would be able to handle that kind of stress. He takes in a deep breath. No, this is a special occasion. My cooking skills are actually pretty mediocre. He's trying to downplay his own skills. And no way is this mediocre. Dimitri is way too modest. Okay, fine. You win this round, Sarah says begrudgingly. I will admit, I can only cook ramen. Sarah, it's not a competition. It is! Dimitri simply chuckles at Sarah, enjoying himself. Then there's a smug smile on his face for the briefest moment. Then I guess I win. He's such a baddie. Dimitri! He's feeling Sarah's fire. I can't believe these two just don't get along. I sigh heavily as I try to enjoy Dimitri's meal. Oh, I thought that was the end of it. Later that night, when we're all finished and cleaning up, Sarah has to go home. Now, just because I'm gone doesn't mean you can suddenly put the moves on me, Chico, she warns Dimitri. Dimitri stands there with a towel in his hand, mouth dropping open, in complete and utter shock. Sarah, it's just Dimitri. Oh, just Dimitri? No, that's not how this works. He's not going to do anything. Nothing is going to happen. Lies. He's my ex's little brother, for God's sake. You hear that? Sarah's smirking. Little brother, she says while stressing the words. Little brother. Dimitri huffs. Isn't it bedtime for you now? He responds, narrowing his eyes at Sarah. It's like I'm in the middle of a war with these two. I rub my head and furrow my brows. Or eyebrows, not my brows. Wait, that same thing. Same thing. Yes, children should be in bed by now, no? But Chico, why don't you tuck him in? Oh, gladly tuck him in, Sarah. I have a better idea. Why don't I kick you out? I grumble and I start pushing Sarah out towards the back door. Alright. Good luck with the opening tomorrow. Let me know how it goes, okay? Good night. Sarah finally bids her good night and leaves. Oh, there she goes. I head back to the kitchen to see Dimitri drying the dishes. It's nice to have someone cook for me and also clean up after themselves. I'm usually too tired to do the dishes after cooking. I stand next to Dimitri holding a towel in my hand as well, and I quietly take a soapy plate from the drying rack and dry it off. Dimitri stops for a second to look at me, then silently continues. It seems Sarah actually does have an issue with you. Let's decide to say. I hope he doesn't hate her. She's my best friend after all. That much was obvious. I think she means well. It's how she shows affection. She has a funny way of showing that. Agreed. She tends to bully the ones she loves. She has definitely teased me a lot during college as well, or whenever we were doing one of her photo shoots. She'd mercilessly tease me about looking good on camera. I guess I wouldn't mind being bullied a little by the person I love, Dimitri says softly with a slight shrug of his shoulders. I start over towards him, curiosity sparking inside of me. Is he perhaps... Don't tell me. You're a masochist? Masochist? I don't know what that is. Or how to pronounce it, actually. I know what it is, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Dimitri promptly drops the glass he was holding, and it splashes back into the sink filled with water. He quickly whips his head to face me, eyes wide in shock. What? His voice squeaks. Slowly he starts to blush as well. I'm not, he grumbles. I laugh at him, playfully tapping his arm with my hand. Relax. I meant personality-wise. You're the kind that enjoys it when you get teased by friends, no? Dimitri lets out a nervous chuckle. I guess so. I mean, probably less with friends. I was thinking. He looks at me. If it was a girl I like. Speaking of liking people, that reminds me, does Dimitri have a girlfriend right now? I can't imagine she'd be okay with him moving in with me. Hey, Dimitri, are you in a relationship at the moment? Dimitri silently picks up the glass he glass he drops and starts drying it off again. He says nothing. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's turning red. Why do you want to know? He stutters. Well, I'm curious if you have a girlfriend or not, I answer honestly. Beneath the long plucks of hair, I can see that his ears are also burning red. That's cute. He's so embarrassed. No, he says in a deep voice. I do not. In any case, I breathe a sigh of relief. Good, I say. Dimitri looks confused, but there is also a slight smile on his face. Well, why is that good? I figured if you had a girlfriend, she wouldn't exactly be okay with you moving in with me. I know I would get really jealous. Oh, he presses his lips into a thin line. Don't worry, Dimitri, don't worry. Don't be too sad. I will fall in love with you. Well, my character will fall in love with you. And eventually. No, you don't have to worry about that. He gives me a smile. I'm single. Maybe Dimitri has never been in a relationship before. That could also be a possibility. I'm not about to ask, though. That's a bit of an awkward question to pose. Then again, Dimitri has grown into his looks. I can imagine the girls his age would find him handsome and want to date him. Besides, he's sweet and could cook a lovely meal. Definitely boyfriend material. Don't worry, I give him a grin. I'm sure you'll find someone eventually. And I'm sure you will too. I feel myself turning bashful all of a sudden. I haven't been in another relationship since Alex. I've been on dates and such, but I felt myself keeping a distance from them. For some reason, there was this barrier I created that I couldn't overcome and turned those dates into a relationship. And as soon as they did something suspicious like texting someone while on a date with me, I didn't it right then and there. I wasn't able to trust them. I muse out loud. I'm not so sure. Dimitri places his towel down on the counter and turns to me with sincere eyes. What do you mean by that? I can't quite formulate my own thoughts. I wonder how much Dimitri even knows about my breakup with Alex. I don't know. It's just, I pause to think. Okay, English. I find men harder to trust now. Oh, Dimitri says, realizing what I mean. I guess that makes sense with what happened. Trusting Alex and then finding out he had been cheating on me for a while. It was quite a shock. And he sent them pictures, rude, them pictures that girls don't... A shock I'm still healing from, to be honest. I definitely do not have any feelings towards Alex anymore. He can go drown in a river for all I care. But he's left me behind with some emotional scars. There are still good guys out there. I hope you'd still give them a chance, says Dimitri with a serious look in his face. His eyes, sorry. Not everyone will ruin your trust. I give him a sad smile. I know, plenty of fish in the sea, right? Nods at me. Right! Now that we've finally broached this subject, I may as well ask how much Dimitri knows about what happened 3 years ago. Do you even know what happened between me and your brother? Dimitri nods, and picks up his towel again and starts drying off the last glass. I don't know the exact details, but I could piece some things together when you wrote in big bold letters the word cheater on his car. Wait, what? Sorry? There was the word cheater painted in white on Alexander's car a few days after my birthday. I turned bright red. That wasn't me! I immediately correct him. That must have been Sarah. Oh god, I didn't realize she did that. I remember Sarah calling for acts of revenge after she found out what happened, and one day she came back to the dorms pretty late with a satisfied smile on her face. She wouldn't tell me what she did no matter how many times I asked her, only that he got what he deserved. She said she'd get revenge on him. I didn't realize this is what she meant. It was pretty funny. I took a picture of it. He was scrubbing the paint off for days. Dimitri chuckles. I can't help but give him a wry smile as well. Good. At least he suffered a little. I should probably thank Sarah for being an awesome friend the next time I see her. Dimitri suddenly looks dejected. Is this why Sarah dislikes me? Because I'm Alexander's brother? He makes a good point. While Sarah was already aware of him when he was dressed up in a cat costume, she became even more antagonist towards him when she found out it was Alex's brother. I'm not sure. Maybe. But she doesn't really dislike you. Or at least I think she doesn't dislike him. She seems to be having fun toying around with him more than anything. I don't care if Sarah does, as long as you're the one that doesn't dislike me because of my brother. I raised my eyebrows in surprise. No, I could never. Dimitri has been so sweet to me. Of course I won't dislike him due to what happened with Alex. I mean, sometimes when I look at him, it reminds me of Alex, since they look alike, but I could never hate him. You're too cute to hate is what I would personally say. I say with a chuckle. Dimitri freezes on the spot. Cute, he repeats, his cheeks now steadily gaining color. He quickly hides his embarrassed face with a towel in his hand, so that I can't see the glaring red blush on his face. That's too adorable. Aw, did that make you shy? I tease him. He sinks his face into the towel even deeper and this time turns his entire body away from me. Don't tease me, he utters. I creep up behind him with a grin. But why? I thought you said you liked being teased, I whisper in his ear. This time, Dimitri yelps out loud. He makes a spectacular mad dash out of the kitchen. Dimitri? I call after him, stunned at his reaction. There's no response. Dimitri! I yell out once more, unable to contain my laughter following soon after. I'm sorry, come back! He's not coming back. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today's episode. So, next episode will be chapter 6. I believe I don't know too much about chapter 6. Besides, I think I already unlocked it, but I didn't read it yet because I checked my recording to see before I start again, and that's when I found out the recording was messed up. So hopefully this one is okay. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Oops, I hit the wire. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.